Yo, what up, everyone? You are listening to Behind the Baller podcast. This is a podcast that goes deeper into my life and much more in depth than I have ever gone on social media. This is really me, behind Ben Baller, behind the Ben Baller moniker, the father, the entrepreneur, giving out life advice, giving out free game, and telling you what's good with everything in the world today that matters to me. This is the freshest podcast, unfiltered, underrated, and always raw. This is episode 45, the weekend wrap up, and we are live in green, miserable Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, man. So today we're going to get into how shitty American Airlines is, how I hate weather and pussy ass pilots and fucking the whole way the fucking aviation business works. Safety first, yes, but still pussy ass bitch shit is what I don't like. We're going to talk a little about Dallas and how goddamn cold it was, but how beautiful my guy Ed's wedding was. We're obviously going to get into the Green Bay and Seahawks game and how we're on vacation now. And that I hope the Green Bay or the Titans or Chiefs win it all. So Friday morning, I wake up to a message on my phone that my flight from Burbank to Dallas-Fort Worth was canceled. You know what? Not a big deal. I didn't know it was any kind of like storm or anything. I checked the weather. It didn't seem like it was a big deal. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll change it right here on the app. No big deal. So it wouldn't let me change anything going from Burbank, and it was just so convenient out of Burbank because I don't have to worry about shit. I could just go in and out, no issues. I don't give a fuck how much valet costs. It's just a convenience. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know it's Friday. I'm just going to go out to LAX. It's 10 times easier with all the drama I had going on, trying to get a flight from Green Bay to LA and everything else. I'm flying back to LAX anyway, so I don't want to Uber, just drive my car there, you know. I just want to get there, get to Dallas, you know, catch a movie Friday night, chill, hit the Galleria Saturday early, who knows, but nah, none of that shit. Let me tell you something. You already know that I had a fucking 11 plus 12 hour fucking nightmare drive for Christmas, right? Driving from San Francisco to LA, and you know that shit was my worst nightmare. I'd rather do that any day of the motherfucking year, any day of the week, any day of any time, than deal with what I did with on Friday. Let me tell you something. I did 116 flights, 2019 last year, and I never had a day like this. 3 flights all of a sudden are canceled. 2 of the ones that I chose, 11 a.m., 11:30. So all these flights at LAX to Dallas are just all of a sudden canceled due to a crazy storm and a tornado coming, which I had no idea about. So finally, I find a 12 p.m. And 12 p.m. flight says it's cool. No big deal, you know. 12 p.m. I would land in Dallas at 4:40. So the flight is, 2 hours and 40 minutes. I board. And you know me, I'm always ready for Freddie, okay? They asked me early, would I like to have lunch? With Alaska and Delta's other airlines, they let you pre-book your food and shit. American is just, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyways, had a really decent ravioli lunch. I really enjoyed this fucking, I'm sorry, not ravioli. It was fucking enchiladas. They were really decent. And it's just my time to pass out. I'm like, let me take a little nap. So I'm crisp when I get back to, when I get to Dallas, I'm crisp. And I listened to this podcast that Mike Rapport suggested. It was called The Score, Diary of a Bank Robber. And this guy is really successful at robbing banks, a lot of banks in Southern California. And Mike said this shit was fire. In fact, I even texted him, and he says, yo, this shit is lit. And to be honest, me and Mike Rapport usually see eye to eye on a lot of things. Like, we just have so much in common. It's pretty scary, even down to fucking having colitis. But let me say, this podcast sucked. All right, that shit is pure buns. All right. It's the booty of the bun, the heel of the loaf of bread. It just fucking sucked. This shit was so ass. I don't even want you guys to make your own opinion about it. It's just terrible. But in this podcast early on, this guy's fucking talking so much about his fucking early life. It's just like shit. It was like 3 or 4 fucking episodes. He's talking about his dad beating his ass, and that shit could have been one fucking episode. I don't know how the fuck, like, I jumped into podcasting. I'm a rookie in the game, and I got it immediately, and I understood what the fuck it was. Some of these people, man, 36-minute episode. Like, what the fuck is up with these people? Give the people, like, their. Anyways, this guy talks about how much his dad beat his ass. All right, and when I say beat, this dude's dad, he made Joe Jackson look like fucking Ellen DeGeneres. All right, but after listening to like a few episodes of that and just like fast forwarding here and there, it actually hit me really hard. I'm sitting on a flight and I'm just had a crazy start to the day, and I'm thinking about how it hit me because my dad whooped my ass so bad, right? It's fucking crazy. Like, my dad beat me with the fucking stick, okay? My dad beat me with the belt. My dad beat me with his fucking hands, his feet. And like, he honestly would try to hit me as hard as he possibly could. My dad was a big dude. My dad like 220, 5'10". Like, my dad literally tried to hurt me. You know what I mean? He could hit another adult, fuck him up. This is when I was like, 6, 7, 5, 8. My dad even hit me until I was like 15, which is just like, to this day, I fucking hate my dad for it. I have zero regrets about cutting him off. I don't fuck with my biological father. I know that kids today are soft, but even back in the 70s and 80s, and whether it be Asian families, black families, Hispanic families, families that whoop ass, this was just jail time for sure. When I think about it, it's just fucking nuts, man. My wife, she brought more about it. She would think like, this is why you are the way you are and whatever, and just whatever that means. Obviously I got anger issues, and I definitely have. I can't say too much more, obviously, because I would incriminate myself. But I've been in a lot of fights and had a lot of issues growing up, and it definitely fucked me up mentally in many ways. And I know, I could never sleep at night knowing that I beat the dog shit out of London and Ryder or Kaya. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I could barely spank fucking Kaya. I just can't. You know what I mean? And like, this definitely, my dad, the way he beat my ass, it contributed to my rage for sure and such. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that podcast sucked. And so I fell asleep on a plane. I woke up and the captain is speaking, and he's talking about, oh, we're running out of gas, so we're going to need to divert to San Antonio. I'm like, the fuck San Antonio? What are you talking about? The person sitting next to me had said that we had circled around Dallas Fort Worth Airport for 45 minutes. Literally, he's watching the thing just circle and circle and circle for 45 minutes. I look outside the window and it's not even raining. And there's all these canceled flights out of Dallas and whatever, and it's just all this shit that's going on. It's starting to rain a little bit, but air traffic control wouldn't let us land. And I'm just honestly like, but you say fuck you and land when it's clear, and like, just chill on the tarmac or something, just so we're in fucking Dallas, like I said, it's barely raining, So like, we could have landed in Lambeau Field, Dallas, but no. We fly an hour to fucking San Antonio, where we sit on the tarmac when we land for a fucking hour. This guy comes on, it's like, oh, I could take 10 people at a time if you'd like to leave, but if you leave, you're off. You're not coming back on this plane. You're not going back to Dallas. Some bullshit like that. I don't fucking know. So finally we get the taxi to the gate, and they ask us, they're like, hey, listen, you have a choice. You can go back to Dallas, which we don't know what time it'll be, but you're scheduled for 9 p.m. Or you can just try to rebook your flight and for tomorrow and go to a hotel local here, near the airport, and we'll pay for it. And you catch a flight in the AM. Yeah, no, fuck that. But like 90% of the people decided just to, stay because they wanted to go back to Dallas. And a lot of people were actually connecting in Dallas. So, it's way too late. They've missed their connecting flights. So, I'm like, fuck that, I'm waiting. So, we get off. They tell us not to leave the airport. Don't leave the area, because if we leave the area or leave the terminal, we'll have to go through TSA check-in again. So I chill. I start watching movies. I start watching Dark Knight and fucking anything that's long. And that turned into 5+ hours of chilling. All right. Mind you, this shit is, I was up at like, 6:30 getting my kids ready, getting all that shit going. But like, I'm ready to head to the airport at 9. Like, I'm this whole ordeal is just gone way too fucking long. I could have went to fucking Asia for the type of time I was in there. So, we're chilling along. And, 5+ hours, man. And then think about the hour that we sat on the tarmac, the 2 hours and 40 minutes that got there, the circling around the fucking DFX like a fucking asshole. Around 10 p.m., the fucking crew brings like 20, 30 pizzas and a gang of bottled waters for everyone. And I was like, okay, something is going on. I talked to the supervisor, and she's like, crews that keep flying in, they keep refusing to continue. They don't want to fly to Dallas, you guys. So, and then at this point, the pilots that had flown us to Dallas, they have flown their legal limit, which, whatever, by, I don't know, it's whatever the fuck, FAA or whatever the fuck it's called. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, because people are like, they see me going through this shit, and they're like, why don't you have a jet by now? Blah, blah. You guys really don't get, like, especially with like a solo person, is just, do you know a private jet, let's just say something decent, right? And let's just say a flight from Los Angeles to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Green Bay, and then like back to LA. That shit's like $100,000, like easily. Like, you guys don't even get it. And on top of all that, started doing some research because my boy Paul is thinking about buying a jet, and really small one, like Lil Duval size. And private jet pilots aren't as experienced. They're more laxed. And commercial airline pilots, they go through way more training. Of course, they're responsible. Fucking, you can kill a bunch of people. That's why there's so many private jet accidents. Way more than you hear of commercial accidents. And they just don't have the same compliance, And like, small jet can't go against bad weather. That's why, like, that's another reason why I don't fuck with it. The turbulence is ridiculous. Anyway, so we finally leave San Antonio, and we arrive in Dallas. And it's 1 a.m. It's freezing fucking cold. I can't even believe I'm in fucking Texas. It's raining hard as shit. And the airport is packed. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's 1 a.m. Over 600 flights have been canceled due to the storm and tornado. So I'm like, you know what? I go outside, order Uber. And usually the Uber I ordered, because my hotel's 17 miles away, would be, for an Uber XL, be like $40, 45 max. And because of all the people there was a surge. So my Uber was $152. I'm just like, as an Uber X, like, it was just unbelievable. I finally check into my hotel, hotel, little snack bar. I grabbed some Reese's Cups, I grabbed some Doritos, sunflower seeds, and some fruit punch, and my waters. And I go to the room and I wind down. I pass out around 2 a.m. At around 6:30 in the morning, I wake up to take a piss, and I'm like, yo, I must be high as a motherfucker. I stop, I look out the window, I'm like, wait a second. What the fuck? And it is snowing. Like we're in Alaska. Like snowing. I go to my phone and I look at the Apple weather app, and it's in the fucking 20s, and yes, sure enough, it's snowing. I'm like, when the fuck? I've never even been to Dallas before when it was 60. Like, this is crazy. So the hotel manager in the lobby, she's like, listen, I've been living in Dallas for 60 years, and it hasn't snowed like this in 40 years. And by the time I was up in Adam and got out of the hotel and shit, there was still snow all over the ground. There was snow on top of the roofs of the hotels, on top houses, on the side of the road and shit. And I'm like, the fuck? So anyways, I asked my followers, what's the best fried chicken spot? And I hit up this fried chicken spot called Babe's. And fuck, man, it was so goddamn good. This place was so fucking good. I've been to a few spots, and I just wanted to try something different. And I got the fried catfish fillets and some fried chicken. Their sides are family style. So they bring out a bowl of mashed potatoes, bowl of gravy, southern corn, green beans, a biscuit. You get this salad. It's just, I knew it was going to be lit, right? And it's like I said, it's family style. So they bring you, it comes with your meal. And if you want more, you just ask. They'll bring you more. And it was just fucking so goddamn good. I was so happy. I was so full. I had the worst headache Friday after all that traveling and shit. Of course, I got a big-ass gallon of sweet tea. I drenched my entire motherfucking meal in Louisiana hot sauce. And by the way, sorry, I lost my voice because obviously I was at the game, screamed my motherfucking lungs off. So I leave the restaurant. I head back to my hotel to put a tux on, get ready for my boy Ed's wedding. I mentioned before that Ed is he was second in charge at WorldStar Hip Hop, and once Q passed away, they had offered me the presidency chair and to be the face of the brand. I didn't want to do it. So Ed stepped up as commander in charge. And plus, he's the only person that can fucking really do this shit. Like, he knows the company that well. And Ed's a smart dude. I'm so happy for him. And congrats to him. But it was really his wedding. Obviously, I made the beautiful ring for his bride, Heather. Congrats, Heather. I made the rings for her, engagement ring and wedding band. And the spot was called Notting Hill, I think, in Little Elm, Texas. It was fucking beautiful, man. This wedding, the venue was lit, man. This shit was it looked like a Texas mansion. Obviously got to hang out with my WorldStar fam, who I'll see again in 10 days in San Diego for Q's memorial. But we just had a good ass time, man. It was funny. I've never been to a wedding that had country music and shit. It was some country ass, Texas ass white folks, man. Sorry, yeah, this shit's funny. But we had a lit ass time. And I had to personally deliver the wedding ring because I cut it close making the ring because I'm, making Cuddy's piece and everything else. So that was another reason I was stressing out so bad. And I was like, I can't just ship this bitch. I got to get out here and make it in time for the wedding. Come to find out, I wasn't the only person who had a shitty time getting to Dallas. And Chicago on Friday and Friday had over 800 canceled flights. So I'm stressing out because my flight to Green Bay is via Chicago. So I'm just tired as a motherfucker. I check out of the wedding at around 11 p.m. I head back to my hotel. I'm like, I need to pack and get ready for this big game, you know what I'm saying? So I wake up dumb early, 6 in the morning, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's Central Time, 2 hours ahead. So it's 4 a.m. body clock time. Just want to make sure that in case there's any cancellations, issues, you know what I'm saying? I want to get to the airport and make sure I can deal with it then because getting on the phone ain't going to crack, So I head to the airport at 7 a.m. For a 10 a.m. flight. I get to the fucking Dallas airport. It's fucking huge. Fort Worth is. And my flight is on time, no drama. But again, man, DFX airport is just big as fuck. The TSA pre-check at this gate alone is like 38 gates away from my fucking gate. But I refused to go on a regular check-in, which was closer to my gate. I was like, fuck this. I'm carrying a heavy-ass backpack, all this podcast equipment and shit. So I'm like, I get on my flight, no problem. They had a Chick-fil-A right outside my gate, but it's Sunday, so I'm fucking mad. They got shake and shake, is that what it's called? I know they only got it in Atlanta and Florida, but I don't eat red meat. But I know they got Whataburger, and I don't think Whataburger has a Impossible or Beyond. I don't know, I could be wrong. Anyways, I get on my flight, no problem. It's a little less than 2 hours. I land in O'Hare at 11:45 a.m. We got there a little early, and I don't have to run to my gate now to catch my flight to Green Bay, which leaves at 1. And my gate was only 12 gates away, right? But in O'Hare, it was all fucking confusing, and it just tripped because it reminded me I passed by this. I go to O'Hare all the time, but I don't really fly American all the time. And passed by the little food court area where me and my wife had our first trip together 10 years ago, almost exactly 10 years ago to the date. In fact, literally 10 years ago to the day. And they changed the gate 3 times. My fucking little small ass 65-person plane, commercial airline, to Green Bay. And I'm like, yo, did they not realize I got motherfuckers trying to get to the game? What's good, man? So I get to the gate, the new gate, and not only does the gate change again, but now it's delayed an hour. So I'm stressing because my original flight, was supposed to land at 2:30. And I'm like, all right, well, 2:30, I can, get my bags, get to my hotel, and then we can smash over to Lambeau Field and still have time, whatever. But, so now my flight is supposed to land at 3:30, 3:45. It got changed again. And then finally, listen, man, I landed in Green Bay at 4 p.m. Smallest motherfucking airport. It's about 1/4 the size of fucking Burbank. This airport is smaller than fucking Amarillo. This is a tiny-ass airport. There's 2 baggage claims for the entire airport. And I'm talking about tiny, miniature baggage claim, right? So I landed 4. And if you guys remember, or if you guys follow me on Instagram, I don't really know. I got an extra ticket to the game. And instead of selling the ticket for $800, whatever the fuck it might be, I paid like $600 for it, but the tickets went up. You know, if you don't know that Green Bay every game has been sold out for like the last 30 or 40 years, or even longer. And the waiting list to get season tickets is over 20 years. So anyways, I decided to give away the ticket. I went through all kinds of shit, 3,000 something DMs, 4,000 DMs, right? Get down to a couple people. Finally, I choose this one guy, and his name is Vic. Dude was super cool, man. And one of the little stipulations I made was like, hey, listen, you got to pick me up from GRB Airport. And he got to the airport at 2:30 for my original flight. So we hung out there for an hour and a half like a fucking champ. This dude is a fucking G. And he picked me up at the airport. This dude is literally one of the most decent guys I've ever met, just off the internet, whatever it may be. He's super cool. Glad I chose this dude. I did a slight background check on him. He gave me his driver's license and everything. But dude's from Chicago, 30 years old. He's married. You know, he's just, again, dude was solid. Didn't mean no, you know, just cool as fuck. And so, you know, he drove up like a champ. No issues, no complaints, nothing. He takes me to my hotel. I go meet with my cousin Rex, who flew in from Seattle. Rex flies in a day early to avoid fuckery, but really, that motherfucker mixed up his midnights. So like, you know, when like, let's say for instance, you're flying on Tuesday at 12 a.m., but you don't realize that you think you're flying on Tuesday, but really you're flying on Wednesday. So he got the days mixed up, so he did fly in early, whatever. He's lucky he didn't get caught up in the Chicago bullshit. But finally, we get to my hotel at 4:20, and you already know I see 4:20, it's time to smoke. Pull out the VVS, and we hit that motherfucker heavy. It is fucking freezing outside. I'm talking, my face hurts. Shit is just cold as a motherfucker, right? Get to my hotel, and my hotel is average as a motherfucker. This shit is just super average. I'm like, bruh, like, for real. And I, like, last time I was in Green Bay was a decade ago when my boy Ryan Grant was a good friend of mine. My bro Charles Woodson, you already know, 20 years. Me and Wood go back, both play for Green Bay. And like, I stayed at my boy's crib, right? But this time at a hotel, and this is the hotel where the Seahawks are staying at. And like, I can't even complain, dog. I actually got a suite, and like, there's starting offensive linemen who didn't, you know, weren't even in a suite. And it's just, anyways, man, we call an Uber because parking is just a shit show, I heard. So we leave Vic's car at the hotel, and we head over to Lambeau Field, and you know, we're driving over there. My cousin Rex is so close. Like, man, there's nothing really to do over here. You know, there's like a bar and blah blah. I'm like, bro, like, are you like, we're in the Midwest, dog. We're in motherfucking Green Bay, bro. Like, you know. So anyways, we get to Lambeau Field, and I'm gonna get to the game in a second. My voice hurts a little bit. I need to kind of hit some tea real quick. But yo, Lakey, my dog Lake, you there? Yeah. Hit me with one of the instrumentals, dog. One time. My guy. Yo, to get fit in 2020, you don't have to join a gym or pay a ton for overpriced fitness equipment. The best way to get in the best shape of your life is with Echelon. Go to echelonfit.com to discover their EX1 connected fitness bikes that offer a high quality at-home cycling experience at a less than half the price of a Peloton. Echelon makes beautifully engineered products for everyone. Busy moms and dads, first responders, even elite athletes, whatever your activity level is. And with daily live and on-demand studio classes right in your home, you'll never have to step foot in a gym. You'll love Echelon, but if you aren't 100% satisfied, we'll give you your money back. Join the hundreds of thousands of men and women who are getting fit with Echelon. Don't pay a ton for Peloton. Buy an Echelon bike today for under $1,000. Go to echelonfit.com/baller to learn about their limited time free Apple iPad and complete details of this exclusive offer. Echelon, it's your time. That's ECHELON fit.com/baller. echelonfit.com/baller. So before we get into the game, let me keep it funky for real. I really got this Echelon bike to get my ass into shape, like for real, for real. I need to get back in gear, pun intended. It is the nicest stationary bike I've ever used, like for real. This shit is crazy. There's this iPad. I came with an iPad area, and the iPad is connected with the app, and it's just got all these crazy dope features. And there's classes you could use, like cycling classes in real time. I only used it for like 10 minutes. I can't wait to get back home and use it legit every night and every morning. This is going to be my road to like getting back to Griffith. And then I promised Jordan Winter of the Dust Brothers, the Dust Brothers, that I would get into some pickup games. But yeah, this shit I'm excited, man, for real. I'm going to start using this bike. FYI, if you didn't know, I hate cold weather. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate any kind of weather below 50 degrees. In fact, for a long time, I had in my contracts and agreements that I will not visit a city that is colder than 45 degrees at nighttime. And if it is, and I had to go, my skin can't touch cold air for over 3 minutes. This was actually in a contract. My skin can't touch cold air for 3 minutes, or else I'm allowed to cancel my appearance or my job, whatever, with pay. And then, like I said, I met my wife. And my wife doesn't give a fuck about the cold and none of that shit. And she wanted me to come with her in Chicago in January. It was 18 degrees and snowing. And she had something for her bikini line. And I just sucked it up because I really wanted to impress her. And I liked her a lot. And I wanted to be with her real bad. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. And to this day, I still hate the motherfucking cold. And I can't believe I actually went to this game. It's crazy. So we get to the legendary Lambeau Field, and it's 19 degrees outside, and it's fucking there's snow and ice all over the parking lot field. We enter the parking lot. It's crazy tailgate parties going on. There might be 30,000 people outside this stadium. Okay, this is truly the epitome of a football town, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, this football town. It's just crazy. This is what Sunday, this is the whole fucking city is. That's all they're talking about. So anyways, we enter, and I forgot my boots on the airplane from fucking Dallas to Chicago on a carry-on bag, little small bag. And I'm just like, God damn. I'm told by several people who live in Chicago and Wisconsin, like, yo, listen, man, the cement is so cold that you get frostbite. Your toes will fucking just fall off. And I double socked it. I'm wearing I brought $3,000 Yeezy Blinks, right? So, they have these cushions because it's bench seating. It's fucking ridiculous. You could buy these little cushions. There's a seat back you can rent for $8, and you can buy the cushions for $7. So I bought 2 cushions. One cushion to go on top of the seat back thing that already has a cushion, but I did a double cushion. Then I got one for my feet because I said if you stand on it, it will help absorb the cold, so it doesn't, because you're wearing rubber shoes, it won't go through your seat, your shoes so quick, and you won't have, so cold or whatever. So anyways, that shit worked pretty good, right? But my face was just completely fucking frozen. I had those mini hand warmers, and I bought a box of the motherfuckers. I put 3 of them inside my beanie, all right? Literally put 1 in my front, 2 on the sides, where the fold part is. I put 2 into each of my shoes. I put 1 in each of my gloves, and I had 1 in each of my back pockets. Like, I was fucking freezing. This is the coldest I've been. Like, I have never sat outside anywhere for 3 hours and even anywhere near this type of weather. All right. I follow the 12s, which is obviously Seattle fan base. And I didn't see many 12s there, right? I don't know, they were like, they're in a room. I don't know if they're in a bar, they're out here, but, I didn't see a lot of, I'm sure there was at least 1,000 Seahawks fans, right? Let's just even say 2,000, but 1,000 Seahawks fans. But there's 80,000 people here, so that's just like not a factor. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, back to the game. Of course, we start off, and no surprise, they score on us first. And then guess what? Aaron Rodgers touchdown, scores again. So at the half, we're down 21-3. And what have I said countless times, right? All throughout this podcast, and throughout the whole NFL season. The Seattle Seahawks are the best second half NFL team in the league. And yep, towards the mid part of the third quarter, Russell Wilson takes over. He just takes charge, all right? We scored 3 fucking touchdowns in 3 possessions, all right? By the way, we missed a fucking field goal. It was a 50-yarder, but still, damn, Myers, come on, man. But we scored 3 touchdowns. The momentum was on our side. It's the fourth quarter now. We had the Packers against the ropes, okay? And then it's 3 minutes left. We get to a fourth and I forget, but it was a fourth down. It wasn't 4th and 10, but it was a fourth down. And this is for everything, okay? And I don't know, man. I mean, Pete Carroll, Schottenheimer, they call for a punt and 3 minutes fucking left? Pete, really? 3 minutes left? This is the fucking end of our season. This is do or die. And we punt? What the fuck is going on? So we let our defense handle, our destiny. And we do good. Clowney's out there doing his thing, whatever. And it gets to a 3rd and 10 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And our defense just sucks. We let them get the first down. And then we get one more chance with 1 minute and 46 seconds left, right? We got timeouts and everything. One more chance to do this. And it's 3rd and 9. And the Packers get us super close. I'm talking, it was inches. It looked short. Miles and Jordan texted me, like, yo, that shit looked short on television. I don't know, it was controversial. I was over at this point. I was just like, man, this is some bullshit. They reviewed it and said after further review it was a first down. It's home field, that's game. Our season is over. Our offensive play calls are just pussy-like, just had no words. I really was so fucking angry. I just had nothing to say. I wanted to fucking sock my cousin Rex, because, man, we're better than that, We got a really good squad, man. And it's just, we don't even know how to utilize our own best players. What the fuck? It's so frustrating and it's mind-boggling, right? You know what I'm saying? I see some people who say, oh, you know what, man? You jinx them. Every time you show up or blah, blah, is a loot. How fucking... I actually know people in real life that say that. There's people like, oh, well, I don't want to go there because, my ex is going to be there. Or this girl's here for this game. I don't want to, and they're just super superstitious. And, you actually think that one person or somebody could actually have something to do with the outcome of a football game or any pro sports game? Do you realize how fucking stupid you sound? Even if you had someone you didn't like and they went to 12 games and all 12 games, that shit's got nothing, not even 1% to do with that person. You're giving that single person who has nothing to do with the game that much credit. You know how dumb that sounds? It's just, you think they even have, 0.5%, something, do you think they're legitimately tied to an outcome of a professional game? I'm just, you're so fucking, some people are so dumb, There's no luck. I'm so, just even in life, lucky, okay, great, no. The more successful you get, the more luck you find. It's just bullshit. Listen, man. In sports, it's skill and play calling, right? Timing. It's not luck. Pete Carroll or fucking John Harbaugh, they don't fucking, they don't sit there and be like, oh, well, you know what? Anthony Davis showed up to the fucking game, so, Lil Wayne was there. Come on, man. This is some bullshit. I'm mad. I'm not salty, I'm mad. It's a different thing. There's salty you like a girl, she never gave you a chance, nothing else, whatever. There's a dude you don't like, and then boom, she fucks that dude. This is a whole different thing. I'm upset. You know what I mean? We had, we're good enough. Ain't some fucking dude who's thirsty trying to get some chick he'll never get. This is real life. But it just some of these people just fucking blows me away. Anyways, back to the rest of the NFL. The fucking Chiefs played some motherfucking football yesterday. God damn, I won't lie. they were down 24-0 in the first quarter, and motherfuckers was like, yo, this shit is history. And I was like, I don't know, man. This is the team that, this ain't like, it ain't us. It's a different type of, they play different kind of football, And I was on a short flight, and I get back and I land in Green Bay, and it's halftime, and Mahomes already came back 28-24. They went down 24-0. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? They ended up winning 51 to fucking 20-something. Like, what the fuck? I mean, Mahomes ain't no motherfucking joke. But I'll tell you this. I don't think they're going to beat the Titans. Titans already whooped their ass, you know what I'm saying? The Titans already beat them. And I got a feeling the Titans might got a good chance to win it all. I love the Ravens all season. You already know I talked about Lamar. He's fucking a stud. This dude is killing it. He's just fucking like non-human. And then this weekend he looked human. I had a weird feeling the day of the game, and I tweeted 12 minutes before kickoff. I said, I got a weird feeling about the Titans. Maybe I'm tripping, but I wasn't. Derrick Henry is just the real deal. He's a fucking beast. He's the 2020 Christian Okoye. And all I hope for is that either the Packers beat the bitch-ass Niners or the motherfucking, the fucking, I don't give a fuck who in the AFC. Just, Niners, they need to lose. Anyways, on to some more NFL business. The Snickers Chain is in its final stage. I had laser engraved all the names of the players who won Hungriest Player of the Week on the back of the chain. I even put them in jersey form with their names. Pretty dope. And now it goes to the voting to see who was the Hungriest Player of the Year. And then it gets auctioned off to charity. Yo, Lakey, hit me one time, man. And let's get into some fan questions. So, this week we don't have a ton of questions. I'm starting to filter some of these things out. Well, actually, Jordan and Miles, I think mostly Jordan's probably filtering these things out. But let's get into some of these right here real quick. Burks312 writes, will you be on Kerwin Frost Talks anytime soon? I know you guys have some similar connections. I think you'd be hilarious together. He's a clown. You know what? Kerwin is an acquaintance, a friend. He's cool. We text and talk, and he sent me a Christmas card. I don't know. It's up to him. I really can't call it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have me on the show, I wouldn't ask him to be on the show. I mean, if he asked me, you know what? If you guys want to see me on Kerwin Frost show, why don't you guys ask him? Why don't you guys DM him? And I'm sure if you guys said that, he'd have me on the show. Ben, loved the podcast. Car episode was great. Noticed you got pretty excited when talking about the Pacifica minivan. I was looking to purchase a Rolex Datejust just as a starter. Is a 16 234 model good buy, or should I just save up and get the 116 234? To be honest with you, if you're going to save up, if I were you, I would get a stainless Submariner date, and hands down, period. Don't even, because that's where you're going to get your money, and always have it regardless. The Kid Saint writes, hey Ben, just wanted to say thank you for answering my questions week after week. It makes me, and I'm sure everyone else, feel somewhat connected to you through the podcast. I recently saw Uncut Gems. What was it like teaching Adam Sandler the Joy Business for the movie? Adam is he's a professional thespian. I taught him a lot of slang words, so, just working with Adam Sandler was already a blessing. Dude smokes a lot of weed. He's really smart, super talented. It's funny, if you guys listen to Mike Rappaport's podcast, he didn't like Uncut Gems. He didn't like it very much. I don't got nothing negative to say about the movie. But yeah, he loves Adam Sandler as an actor and stuff. It was cool. It was an honor. I don't know. It was real chill. K Tina writes, yo Ben, what's your top 5 places in the Northeast LA to eat? I know you've been going to Cindy's dinners for years. Shit. There's a fucking place in San Marino. I can't even fucking remember the goddamn name. Houston's is gotta be my favorite fucking place, and there's only one location left, and that's the one in South Pasadena, or right there in Pasadena. Even though it's Northeast LA, it's still the same thing. One Oinkster's pretty good. I know it's not like no fancy place. You know, there's actually a really decent spot in Eagle Rock called the Taco Spot. Just love that place, man. They got vegan options, everything else. Place is good. Little Beast is really good. What else, man? Pine Tree's really good. There's a spot in Atwater that I fucking love called Baracoa. That shit is fucking lit. Shit is super dope, man. Mansur, I don't know what the fuck this dude's name is. Yo, what up, Ben? Love the pod. So I know you're a diehard LA native, but if you could choose any other city in the world to be born and raised in, what would it be? It had to be like San Francisco, New York City, probably one of the two, definitely for sure. You know, it couldn't be New York. I just can't. Fuck, I don't know what it is, man. Yeah, it'd be San Francisco, probably, man. Who is Keese writes, yo, Ben, what was the best moment of your high school career in football or basketball? What are you asking me? Are you asking me what was the best moment of each? In football, I ran back 4 touchdowns. I had ridiculous tackles as a safety. I was laying motherfuckers out. Basketball, playing Jason Kidd was a pretty big game. Getting my first dunk in the game was pretty dope. But you know what? I only averaged, 9-10 points a game in basketball. So, it was I think I was third on my team. But football, I got down. I was not fucking around at all. Great podcast, and glad you're doing this since your blogs on IF & Co. What are other areas of business, tech, or culture you would consider next or interested in that we should look out from you and your team? Tell you the truth, there's really nothing else. I'm like, I may dabble in real estate. That'd be on a commercial level, and that's about it. What humbles you? My kids, probably. Would you consider auditioning variety of guest slot to feature upcoming influencers and talent that may not be known to the world yet? No, I got zero interest in doing that. Like bring artists to the light who we don't know yet or connect. No, man, I got zero. I'm like, no. I have zero care to get back into entertainment at all. Tommy54, love the podcast. Your story inspires me to hustle every day. What was your favorite football player to watch growing up? And when is Cuddy coming on the pod? Possibly could we get Uzi on the pod? Much love from Fullerton, California. My favorite football player growing up had to be either Lawrence Taylor or Barry Sanders. Both those motherfuckers out of their minds. Cuddy, fuck, I don't know if I don't want this shit to go out there and be viral, but hopefully no one really, because Cuddy has crazy stands. But Cuddy was supposed to drop an album this year in 2020. I found out he's not. He's going to drop a mixtape. So I think around June, maybe sooner than that, Cuddy's going to jump on the pod. He definitely said he would. He had suggested it to me, which is crazy. Uzi, I don't know, man. I'm down to get Uzi on. I'm not going to ask him, but, be down to get Uzi on there. Is there anything else? The GOAT 710 writes, any Forrest Gump moments in the DMV? Shit. Was there any Forrest Gump moments in the DMV? Not really, man. There's some legendary moments with Gilbert Arenas' birthday party. This was fucking 12 years ago, 13. I forgot how long ago it was. Might have been 15 years ago. No, it was like 13 years ago. That was lit. What else in the DMV Forrest Gump moments? Trying to think if there's anything Virginia Beach-wise with like Pharrell and stuff. I can't think anything in the DMV, man. Sorry. Except that George Lopez, with Donald Trump and everything, and me being on the HBO special, that was kind of crazy. I don't know. Kodo, Bill from the Ville, I don't know. He writes, yo, Ben, love the podcast. It's the audio version of your blogs back in the day. Okay, well, where's the question at, bro? What are your top 5 rappers' albums of all time? That's a tough one. I want to say Ice Cube, pre-1994, that main career from was like 86 to 94. I don't think anybody could see Ice Cube then. He was fucking insane. One of the most unbelievable motherfucking rappers of all time. I want to say Raekwon is one of my favorite rappers. Andre 3000 for sure, one of my favorite rappers. Lil Wayne, one of my favorite rappers. Cameron, one of my favorite rappers. Jewels is up there, honorable mention. Rakim is up there, obviously, but it's real technical. He had he just was so dope on some of these things, but didn't have a longer. I want to make sure if I mention somebody that had like 5-6 years of solid, consistent albums coming out. Obviously, Jay-Z was dope. Albums is too many to motherfucking list. I might do an episode with that though. How did your Bryce Chisley writes? How did your Stance socks endorsement come about? I'm a deep lover of Stance socks and underwear, and was just wondering. One of the guys who runs their marketing and runs their marketing is a dude named Albie. He was an original member of the LRG family, and we just connected again after everything, and just it made sense. And I've been working on doing something with them as far as an individual Ben Baller sock. I just don't know what yet. There's so many things going on. But yeah, I mean, I have thousands of pairs of Stance socks. I get, boxes a month, and they take care of me, obviously, and other things. And much love to Stance, one of my longer running endorsements. Jose from Mount Vernon writes, wedding band. Band, need advice on a wedding band? Let us men know what's in style and affordable. Let me keep it 100% real with you. Unless you're someone high profile like me, and I'm not saying this in a, just whatever. Just get a regular, simple, clean, cushion style wedding band. $800, man. You know what? Do yourself a favor. Do it in 18 karat white gold, or do it in platinum. Just get a standard wedding band. We did a little bit of a thicker one. We got like a 7mm one that we do at the shop now. It's real clean. It's super. It's kind of like it's kind of rocking right now. So, check out IF & Co. Fuer763 writes, Ben, love the podcast. Question: I've always asked myself about the wealthy. How do you manage all your money? Multiple bank accounts, investments. What is the way of doing it and keeping your money safe? You know what? For the longest fucking time, I just did it myself. I wrote everything down on spreadsheets. I had what was coming in, certain things, whatever. You know what? If it wasn't for fucking Suleiman, my wealth advisor, my CPA accountant, I don't know what I would do. You have to really trust a great advisor, period. A wealth manager, a CPA, something like that. And that's how, otherwise I don't know what I would do. King CJ08, Chicago stories. Hey Ben, Chicago native here. I always hear you talking about the Chi. Got any stories about Chicago? I was a youngin' back in 05, 2010. My Chicago, man, I don't know, man. R. Kelly, when he came back with that number ones album, number ones, that was a number one album, whatever. It was like 09. R. Kelly flew me out, and he was a fucking motherfucking dickhead. He was a bitch. His crew was all fucking suckers. They all punk pussy motherfucking bitch ass motherfuckers. In fact, you know what? I kind of wish I had a motherfucker got ran up on by some motherfucking some real fucking disciples, man. He was just a fucking bitch, man. I got crazy stories about. I remember I was in Chicago the last day. The last project of Cabrini Green was around, I don't know if that was 13 or 2012 or somewhere around there. I was with my boy Bird, and Bird is a legendary gangster, real legendary. Bird's dad ran with Larry Hoover, Larry Hoover's son. Bird is a legendary gangster. And that's my boy. Shout out to Bird. And I remember we were driving by, and man, it was fucking motherfuckers shooting, fighting and shit. It's crazy in that motherfucker, because it was the last project, and they didn't want to fucking have him, tear it down, because obviously how the projects go. I don't even know, man. There's been Michael Jordan stories. I had an apartment on Michigan Ave in Chicago. Legendary parties with fucking Jim Jones. I'm part of Treated Crew. That's the Chicago crew. Shit, man. Rest in peace, Timbuktu. There's so many things with Chicago, man. I can't even think about it. Melvo09 writes, what up, Ben? Showing love from Houston. What's your all-time favorite bear brick? It is, without doubt, the green Fendi 1000%. And I think, we still got some more. You Know My Name writes, what do you think about Louis Vuitton versus Goyard in general? What do you prefer? I mean, I like Goyard because it's a little more exclusive. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to get. I I don't really fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Nice to have Louis bags here and there and this and that. I mean, I have a couple small things. You know, Goyard, I have a small couple accessories. You know, if I didn't give a fuck, was just going to drop some bread, you know, I'd probably grab a trunk, you know, a big-ass Goyard trunk or something. But, you know, I do want the Louis Vuitton monogram ping pong paddles and shit. Other than that, I don't really give a fuck about the high fashion. It's just really not my thing. JG852020 writes, are you going to get Grant Cardone on your podcast? I don't even know who the fuck Grant Cardone is, bro. Sorry, man. I don't know what to say, man. Grudging Drought writes, Dear Mr. Cusack, I listen to your podcast ritually. The Jordan Belfort episode is by far the best yet. Second would be Jeffo because he's a funny FOB. What are your thoughts on Vegas Dave? You know what? I just found out who Vegas Dave was recently through my business partners, Mike and Pat through VVS and all them. I don't really know, dude. I know he does bets and stuff, everything else. Seems like a cool guy. No idea. You know, I'll find out more about him, and then if you know, schedules align, I'd love to have him on. Tar Heel Psycho writes, or Fizco writes, so I met you at the Drake concert in Oakland in 2018. You chose me to get on stage, shoot the half-court shot for $24K, and potentially get a chain with the most important jeweler living. I obviously didn't make the half-court shot, and I missed the cut on the chain. My questions are, May, I have the chain as a consolation since I've had so many sleepless nights thinking about missing the shot. Would you, Drake, and Future the Prince be able to sign the jersey I got? Shout out Ben Baller. Yeah, you know what? You ain't gonna get no chain, man. Sorry, bro. You had to make the shot. Yeah, man. I don't know how I'd autograph it, but yeah, I definitely would for you. Can't speak on behalf of Future or behalf of Drake. And that is it, y'all. Questions, man. Keep sending them. Leave a 5-star review, and I'll keep answering them. Much love. So that's it, y'all. I'm headed to San Francisco. I'm headed home today. So I'll be back home late night, 8 hours after you guys get this podcast. But yeah, I'm headed to Sacramento for a photo shoot for my Ben Ball Did the Strain, weed strain. And then gonna drive to San Francisco. Gonna be in San Francisco this weekend. Remember to tell people about this podcast and subscribe if you haven't. That Jordan Belfort episode was crazy. It did the numbers I thought it would. Motherfuckers loved it. Other people had their own opinions, whatever. Cool. Listen, man, I think it's time for me to jump on some other people's podcast. I was talking to Joe Budden via DM and text, and either he's going to jump on mine, I'm going to jump on his, but you know what? Hopefully Joe Rogan sees some of these little tweets. I didn't add him at it, you know what I'm saying? Other people, I want it to happen just because he wants it. But hopefully, you know, Joe Rogan gets me on his show, and I know for sure it'll be one of the biggest episodes he's ever had. When I went on Michael Rappaport's episode as one of the top downloaded and most trafficked or viewed or downloaded episodes ever. But anyways, listen, I'm fucking exhausted. I love you people. I love all my listeners. Thank you for making Behind the Baller podcast what it is. God bless. Y'all be easy. Suck it easy. I'm out. Peace.